if you, for example, want to implement a connector, for example, you want to upgrade a connector to one of the newest version, what you can do is go to that table. This is the link for the spot connector template. You can implement all the tests or first before you implement the code. Then the development is much more easier than if you start implementing things without using the test that we have already in the code base. So the first step is to start checking the pre-work, checking the API checklist if you have all the endpoints that you are going to need. Then set up the repository. So once you finish that, you have to make the fork. If you have one already, you have to create your branch. Then you have to set up the directory, the folders that you're going to need, the test. And then the build process and all the code steps are related to which are the concepts you have to define, and so on, increasing the complexity and finalizing all this job with the exchange class. So if you check, for example, the order book data source, if you check the methods development, you will see that you have to implement the REST methods of the order book, starting with the test, that is get order book, test get new order book successful. Then which are the methods that you have to implement, because the method get new order book is in the order book tracker, like the superclass of the order book data source. So the methods that you have to implement in your specific order book data source are order book snapshot, request order book snapshot, and the snapshot from the exchange. Hashek, you join the stage. Do you want to add something?
Yeah, sure. Do you have any connector built with XRP Exchange?
Can you paste the link of the connector that you want to implement?
XRP Ledger.
Yeah, we don't have it. In case that you want to include this kind of connectors in Hummingbot, I'll suggest you to create a thread on this course, the forum thread that we have right now.
I'm actually not good in Python, so I just want to know, do you have any developer that can create a connector like this for me?
There might be a grant on the Ripple side, so I would check there. But because I think on our side, we want to support devs in building new connectors like this, like from a technical standpoint. But I think because we're a community-based open source project, we kind of have to prioritize like the larger ones.
Okay. What you say now is that you are going to prioritize bigger connectors.
No. What I'm saying is that if you want to, looks like you need a dev for this. So I would post in the dev wanted channel in Discord.
I already posted in the dev wanted, but nobody. I got no response.
You may need to pay them. It is a lot of work, so that's why people probably won't build the thing. If you're not getting a response, I think maybe there isn't demand from people out there to use or to build a connector, or maybe you need to post a higher offer. It's a liquid market.
Well, the next topic will be the Polkadex connector. Hi, Felix. Hi, Windsurf.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I dropped off there for a bit. My name is Pawan. I'm a product manager with Polkadex. I have Faisal here with me. He's one of our very smart developers. So just a quick intro to Polkadex. We are a order book based, non-custodial exchange peer-to-peer, enabling high frequency trading. The way we are different from other existing DEXs in the ecosystem or in the industry itself is we are order book based, and we have high frequency trading plus zero gas fee. And the way we are different from the centralized exchanges is, we do not take the custody of funds. We only capture the intent of the users willing to trade. We let them deposit whatever tokens they want to trade with to a proxy account inside a very secure enclave. Even as operators, we cannot tamper with. And then the entire auto matching happens inside the secure enclave. The secure enclave is basically Intel X SGX technology. We have a bridge functionality as well, when you can bridge tokens from other networks to our network. Right now, we're in production. We have Chain Bridge, but in the future we'll be moving to an in-house solution called Theia, which uses threshold ECDSA technology, to achieve very secure bridging between networks. And right now we have our Kaizen testnet up. You guys can, everyone can go and test out our order book, test out our bridge, and we're going to have our mainnet launch soon this month. And we also have the Hummingbot connector ready. We've just put the proposal yesterday to be integrated into the Hummingbot code base. We've already reached quorum, but I would love for all of you guys to go and use our order book, use the Hummingbot connector with our order book, and I'm pretty sure you'll all be impressed with it and show us some support.
I more or less work as a junior Rust developer, and I've never really touched Python in a very long time. So jumping into Python as well as a lot of asynchronous Python was new to me, but I think thanks to Hummingbot's docs and what other exchanges have implemented, that really helped me. And I think even Fede in the Discord chat really helped me out in a lot of my doubts. So and at the end of the day, we were really happy that we had the connector up and running. So among the many things, I think we tried to I think one of the things that we mainly did was we tried to do a load testing using Hummingbot off our order book itself. Trying to edit the strategy file. So when we did that, we saw that the Hummingbot was able to place, I guess, about 60 orders at a time. That is, both in the bid and the ask side. That is 30 on the ask and 30 on the bid side. So I think you can. So if anyone here is actually want to play around with Hummingbot strategy, then they can try doing that. And we also tried to see how low can we reduce the order fill delay, and Hummingbot basically canceling and replacing orders. How quickly can it do? And again, in those scenarios, we saw that it can easily take up 1 second. So yeah, I guess that is it about what Hummingbot does. With Polkadex order book. And I really hope that we cannot test it right now with our current deployment. I think Pawan mentioned in the the internal chat that we had that currently our testnet is down because we have a new deployment today, and the new deployment had a few minor issues. So currently our devs are still working on redeploying it. So I think once that is up, then everyone else can actually test Hummingbot against our order book testnet, and yeah, it is really amazing. So yeah, I would suggest everyone to use it. And I guess the main difference between other exchanges and what we have is that we do not have to give you an API key or anything else. All you need is a trading account on our order book and the proxy seed phrase for it. So you just need to enter the seed phrase and you are ready to trade with all your funds. And yeah, I think that sums up everything about our Polkadex connector. And if anyone has any questions and anything, so feel free to ask.
And for that, you need to bridge some test tokens from Ethereum ERC20 test tokens using our chain bridge to our Polkadex network. And then you can create an account on the order book and deposit a shadow of those test tokens, how much ever you want to trade with, into the order book, and start setting up your bot, start setting up the market making strategies, and start trading. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask.
Okay. Well, if anyone has a question, you can post it in the community call chat. I think that the guys made a very good job with the video. It's very clear how the DEX works. Probably when we have more experience working with sex connectors in Hummingbot, because we have a lot of sex connectors in the code base and a few of DEX connectors. Having a DEX connector with order book and a video that shows how to use it, and it seems like it's very easy, it's a good thing, and probably will encourage some community members to start trading on DEXs like Polkadex. So for now, we are waiting for the voting. So if you want to support this idea, you can go to the proposal link and vote for include this connector in the code base.
Thank you for submitting the PR and putting together a great video on Polkadex. One question, because I think that'd be interesting for users to actually try out Hummingbot and try the testnet. Is in terms of can I maybe give like just like 1 minute overview of Polkadot from like a trader's perspective in terms of like what do you recommend like people use in terms of like wallets and kind of like actually getting assets into Polkadex into Polkadot, like what kind of bridge do you recommend, because I think that a lot of us probably aren't very familiar with.
That's a very excellent question, because I think a lot of us have MetaMask is sort of everyone are aware of it. So in order to use Polkadot, anything in Polkadot, you have to use Polka.js wallet. And you do not have to worry about a separate bridging solution, because I think we have developed a chain bridge, which is like a trusted bridge. So in order to move funds from Ethereum testnet, I think that is what, just the MetaMask wallet as well as the Polka.js wallet. And I think we will send a link on how you can go to the ERC20 faucet. And, I think I've sent a link over here called Token Manager. So when you go to Token Manager, you can see a drop down or a box over there saying bridge, which is chain bridge. And once you go there, you can transfer your ERC20 faucet token from the Ethereum testnet to the Polkadex testnet. So so that's it for me. So Pawan, if you have something to add to it.
Yeah, like Faisal mentioned, the two wallets that we would recommend at this point are, definitely for any substrate-based network. Polka.js wallet is the best wallet. There are a lot of other wallets that we would like to integrate with, but currently we are using the Polka.js wallet. This is available as a browser extension. You can go to Chrome and install that browser extension, and it gives you an option to add an account and save your seed phrase, and you can allow the use of that account on any substrate chain. That way you create your Polkadex address as well. And as Faisal mentioned, for any tokens in the other networks, currently we're bridging tokens from Ethereum network to our Polkadex network. For Ethereum, our suggestion would be MetaMask. And the first link that we posted in the community call chat, which is called the Token Manager, is our all-in-one solution for bridging tokens from other networks to our network, and at the same time, check your assets, check your transaction history and everything. So if you go to that link, you can request some test tokens for Polkadex. You can request some Polkadex test tokens that you can deposit to your order book to use for trading. And at the same time, there is an option called as bridge. It has under it, you'll find Theia, which is coming soon. It's a threshold ECDSA solution that we are implementing post our order book mainnet launch. And apart from that, you will see Chainbridge, which is a temporary solution that we're using to bridge tokens from Ethereum to Polkadex network. So as soon as you go into, as soon as you click on Chainbridge, you'll find an option to choose the network that you want to bridge from and to the network you want to bridge to, which is Polkadex essentially. There you can choose which test tokens you would want to choose, you would want to bridge. Right now, until yesterday, we were using Rink by testnet for Ethereum. Right now it's deprecated, so we found another solution today, which should be up in a couple of hours, like Faisal mentioned. So it's a very easy process. We have listed all the steps to get test tokens and to bridge the tokens as well in the snapshot proposal that we have put. But we'll also be on the community call chat. If you guys have any questions, you can always post there, and we'd be happy to answer them.
Nice. You don't need to answer this, but If you know, that would be very cool. Do you know how much time when we were running in mainnet, how much time we are going to need to bridge tokens from Ethereum, for example, to Polkadex network?
See, right now on the testnet, at least it's being done under a couple of minutes. Faisal, would you have an idea about how much time it would take in the mainnet? It depends
Uh,
on the block time. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think there isn't an exact metric as to how much time it should take. So I cannot quantify it in that way, but in the testnet, you can say that this happens under 10 minutes. Again, that's again a wild estimate. So there is no certain metric for it. So yeah, again, it's never been more than 10 minutes is what I can say. Yeah.
Okay, that's very cool because probably this open up the opportunity to some community members that are trying to make cross domain crosses or arbitrage, for example, trying to arbitrage between, I don't know, Ethereum and Polkadex, and they want to rebalance their inventory or something like that. Probably this can be a good opportunity for them to use these tools in the future. Probably we can create some integrations, but that's good to know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, like we mentioned, it's pretty fast when compared to a lot of other bridges. And once we move to our in-house solution called Theia, it'll be even faster, which is going to come later towards the end of the year or early next year. So yeah, we're excited about it.
On the topic of bridging, because I know you guys are just testing right now, and I think testing's fine. But I think that as you guys move to mainnet, I think that yeah, kind of like getting more info into our community on how how the security on your bridges work. Especially because like with all the hacks recently that have happened with various cross chain bridges. I think a good thing to get out there because one thing that we've seen just recently now we're actually building connectors into we actually will likely integrate bridges into Hummingbot. Given that our own token was we lost some of our tokens in the Nomad hack, so yeah we're always trying to help our users stay safe in this in the crypto world. I think that if you have more information on, let's say, if you're planning to use, let's say we go to mainnet, if you're planning to use either chain bridge or your new upcoming bridge, I would recommend posting more information about like the how it works, the security profile, and kind of like any guarantees you can make in terms of when users are bridging access onto your chain, because just as a lot of the hacks that happened recently, I think that bridge security is something should be top of mind for everyone.
Right now, we see a lot of bridge hacks, and it is something. So, to give a little more context on how our bridge actually works is that, so, the name of the bridge is Chainbridge because it was initially developed by ChainSafe. And so the way this works is that this is what you call a trusted bridge. That is, we have an Ethereum contract and we have our substrate chain that's Polkadex. And the way this works is that relayer picks up events and then we do not have like one relayer, so we have like multiple relayers. So now once the relayers pick it up, they will try to create a proposal and submit it to our chain. And once there are enough amount of proposals, then we will have assets minted here on our chain. And simultaneously we have an amount that is locked in the Ethereum side. So at the same time, when you're trying to withdraw, what we are doing here as of now is that we burn that assets and then we credit on the Ethereum side. So that is how it is working. So this is again a trusted solution. And what Pawan is talking about, the in-house solution that is Thea. So that is something that we are trying to make a trustless bridge so that there is no central point of failure. So there's no central relayer or something. So that is what we are trying to moving on to, having a trustless bridge such that using threshold ECDSA. And in terms of security, we've actually went through a couple of audits regarding this, and we've seen a couple of attack scenarios how they can happen. So even if they do happen, what measures we are safeguarding these things from happening. And yeah, again, we will try to release more information about it. The whole thing is that this is right now a trusted bridge solution. Yep.
Was this something you guys developed in-house, or is it like kind of like generalized to Polkadot parachains?
I think it is a bit of both. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, but it's a good suggestion from you that we need to release more information on this, which we are planning to once we reach closer to the mainnet launch.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, really appreciate it, and it was very nice talking to you all and explaining our product. Really excited to get integrated into the Hummingbot code base.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks for your contribution. Yeah, I think that this is exactly the kind of like open source, collaboration.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Last thing of today will be we have to review the bounties board, the bugs that we have right now in the code base. So currently we have 13 open issues to be assigned to some developers. So some of them are more cosmetics. For example, client allows you to change the name of the strategy while the bot is active. Probably this can be solved checking the configuration. The main thing is that it's changing the name. So when you're trying to run again the strategy with the conf file of the strategy, the configuration file of the strategy, it has another name. So I think that is not so important bug because it doesn't prevent you to run Hummingbot, and you shouldn't be changing the name of the strategy. But well, this is a bug that was in the code base for a long time, and the QA team decided to include it in the bounties board. Also, we have another one that is the P&L that displays an NA in the status. This can open a discussion because this problem happens when you have a base asset that is not. I think that the problem is when you have multiple pairs. In this case, the history update, AVAX BTC, AVAX USDT, and AVAX TRY wasn't showing. That is normal. That is not a problem because it's normal. You cannot have the P&L, mostly because you have to understand how it's calculated. Probably you have to check which is it's calculating like the portfolio. If you keep the portfolio without touching it from the beginning of the strategy and the portfolio that you have right now, that is how it's calculating the profits. So there is a little bit of research in this issue. Then we have another one that is FTX WebSocket disconnection caused unexpected error while listening to user and order book stream. This was open again. We have different opinions with the last solution. The thing of this PR, just to clarify, is normal that if the exchange, if you have a disconnection issue that is not related with the bot, probably is with the connection, or you have an issue with the exchange, you get an error of disconnection, and that is how it works. Because if you have a disconnection, the bot will wait 5 seconds and then will try to reconnect again. So that's the normal behavior that the bot has. What we should check here is if there is any problem that is related to the bot that is causing this issue. So we shouldn't modify any file for that because it is working as expected. Yeah, just to clarify that. We have cross-exchange rate oracle not working with different quote assets and base assets, an issue created by Sheila. I didn't read before, so I cannot give you some much details, but I saw that there is a lot of comments in this issue. Then there is another one that says client pause and resume feature not working. Well, this one, I can explain briefly what is happening here. It's also, for me, not an important bug. An important bug because I don't know how much people is using this feature. I don't know why we have this suspend and restore. Probably it has to be simpler. But the thing is that when you run exit suspend, the bot will exit, the client will be closed, and the bot will keep the orders in the market. It won't cancel the orders. And when you start the bot again with the flag restore, it should check that the orders are in the market and you don't have to place the orders. But it's not doing that. And I think that Ralph created a video showing this behavior. Then Huobi fails to start Avellaneda market making strategy. Well, this one I think that it cannot be, probably it's not a bug, because if the price is not moving, it's normally that you have this behavior. But for me also it's strange that we have this issue in a pair like Ethereum USDT that normally has high liquidity, and you have a price movement here too. So this is more like a research. I understand if you have a specific problem with Huobi, with the Huobi exchange, or it was just one scenario that we don't have fluctuations on the price. Then we have Binance Perpetual get position not working correctly. In this case, the issue is very clear. If you see the key of the dictionary, it has hot USDT altogether, and normally the trading pairs of Hummingbot, the convention of Hummingbot has a dash between the base and the quote asset. So I will expect that the key of an internal dictionary keeps that logic and has a dash in the middle. So I think that this can be an easy fix, because you have to check the Binance connector, how is updating that account positions, and check. Normally you will see that it's using the trading pair directly from the response to populate this dictionary. Probably you have to use a method to get the trading pair related to that exchange trading pair, and that will be probably the solution that you have to work on. And also then we have upgrades and add new connectors. We can include the remaining connectors to the code base. We can say that we want to upgrade from spot. We have HitBTC, Huobi, Bybit, and Ascendex. And for perpetuals, we have KuCoin to add, Binance to upgrade, and FTX and Gate.io perpetuals to upgrade, but we are currently working on those connectors. So the connectors remain that we have in the code base are those that you can see in the open column. So if you want to work on some of them, just comment on that issue and say, hey, I want to work on this connector, and we are going to contact you. Just running it on development. Okay, I'm not in your environment, so I cannot check, but it's very strange that if you're running on development, it's failing, because to merge a PR in development has to pass the workflow. Okay. Well, I think that nobody has issues or questions. If not, we can end up the call.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah, see you next week.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.